Good morning, guys. Another episode of the Metro Drive. I'm well aware I look like some type of a barbarian today. I didn't get nearly as much sleep as I should have, yet here we are. So today we're talking about unity through jiu-jitsu, and this topic's kind of spurred by, I don't know why. I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised by the beef people start online and like how it segues in. You know, I'm literally the guy just sitting back in the group or the article is just eating the popcorn watching, because it's like, you know, who are you going to convince online, right? But I do want to talk about unity through jiu-jitsu for a second. And you know, they say don't talk about faith, religion, or politics, right? Because people just freak out. Jiu-jitsu and the jiu-jitsu community and the people in your class, the people we roll with, people on your team, there's a very tight unity there. I know it's a diverse community, and they're unified. It's a special type of unity. For a fact, without question, it's a very eclectic group. There's people I know for a fact there's people who share different political views than I do, different religious views than I do, different sexual orientations than I do, different it's a mixing bowl. I mean, people are different. It's not like we just have one single-minded. It's not like a church of jiu-jitsu where we all believe the same thing. It's a conglomerate of people of different backgrounds, and they come with different views and viewpoints, and it's a good sample or core sample of the American demographic. So it's not like we're just some bubble to where we all believe the same thing. That's why the family's so tight. No, it's not like that. It's the exact same thing with people with different views share online, or people with different views, you know, getting fights in the movie theater over. But why is it so united? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Number one, guys, you hear me. It's like I talk about it a lot, but it can't be hammered on enough. It's the mutual respect. Just because somebody has a different view than you does not mean they're unworthy of any equal respect you would give someone who shares the same view as you. I don't care what it is. If you're going to, we'll use politics, okay? Let's say, you know, if somebody's got a certain view on politics, let's say I'm a Republican and they're a Democrat. If I'm going to be if I'm going to respect them, I would say, hey, what's your view on this? Like, you know, talk to them about it, because I respect their opinion. And you know what? It's been said, people never change their mind. You can't change anybody's mind, ever. You just can't change anyone's mind. They make a new decision based off new information they're giving. So it's not like if someone's set in their ways, like, you're not just going to talk them into changing their mind. So find out where they're at. So why do you believe this? Or why, you know, what's your support for this? Talk through it, you know, like grown adults and stuff who respect each other. And then say, oh, well, you know, I see that. And a lot of times I do see that. Like people have different viewpoints than you. It's a very rare case where the guy's just ignorant. He's like, look, I think the earth is flat just because, you know, I don't see how we could live on a globe. You know, I've never met one. Okay, I've never met a flat earther, and watch, someone's gonna like post on this now, and we're gonna start a huge debate, that's fine. I mean, whatever. But I've never met a flat earther, but I want to hear their support. If I respect them and I say they respect them, it's worth the support. What's up, Alex? And so if that's one reason why the jiu-jitsu community is so unified. We respect each other. I feel comfortable. I would talk about. I remember specifically one of my old teammates. He just got his black belt. Actually, his name Josh Johnson. We could not have had more different political views. Well, I shouldn't say more different. They were different. And I remember messaging him like, I was like, hey man, you seem really, really fair-minded with this stuff. Where's a good source where I can find info about this and this? And he was like, hey, thank you for that. I try to stay unbiased. Here's this. And then we went from there. If that respect's not there, that's why people get in fights over these petty arguments. That's one reason why they get in fights. You don't respect what the other person's saying, or you don't respect the other person, period. And in turn, it goes back to that self-fulfilling prophecy. If you don't respect them to begin with, you're not going to show them the respect as they're sharing their viewpoint. And then it's just going to create a real bitter cycle, and they won't want to talk to you, and it gets real ugly from there. That's the first reason. Second reason is, and this is what we're raising our kids to do in the kids program, Jiu-Jitsu keeps you from being emotionally weak. So, when you do Jiu-Jitsu, your emotions get tough. Because when you do Jiu-Jitsu, you lose. Likely every day, you lose a match. So, if you're going and you're tested and you're humbled every single day, you're emotionally tough. And so you're able, if someone's able to, I got called, I was following up with someone interested in our program, and they got really, really nasty with me. They got really nasty with me through group. And I've got, to quote my dad, he's like, you can't pierce my skin with a 10-penny nail. I got hard skin. I got thick skin. You're not going to hurt it. That comes from when you've been training jiu-jitsu for a decade or more, it's going to be really hard to hurt your feelings. It's just almost impossible. I always say, you can say whatever you want about me. A good way to light my fuse is talk about my wife or my daughter, or do something to my wife or my daughter. So jiu-jitsu practitioners, they have thick skin. That's one reason that they're not emotionally weak. So that's one reason that they're able to talk through different viewpoints. It's not, let's say they said something about whatever controversial topic, they say something about faith. The abortion topic's real big now. They say something about that. I'll hear their support. I owe them that respect to hear why they support that viewpoint. So respect, and in jiu-jitsu, players are not emotionally weak. Thirdly, it's a culture of wanting to learn. Every person who comes to jiu-jitsu, men and women and adults, they come there for usually one reason, almost always one reason, and that's to learn something. They want to learn. And because they're not emotionally weak, and because they respect everybody in that room, they'll be willing to learn from anybody. Hey guys, I literally just texted one of our blue belts who's got a really good takedown, Coach Jabril. I was like, man, can you show me that? You're really good at that. I want to, you got to show me how you did that. The second that you think you're too good to learn from anybody else of lower rank or different rank, whatever, that's the black spot. That's the black spot, and you're not gonna grow. The set you think you're too good to learn from anybody, that's a very dangerous place to be. And like I said, it's kind of just a death sentence from there for your own personal growth. So that's it. And that's just one more reason that the jiu-jitsu community, jiu-jitsu players, man, it's I don't think I've ever witnessed a real dramatic thing, I've never witnessed a real dramatic topic that got ugly in a jiu-jitsu school. Maybe, they obviously we're not having the pro-life, pro-choice debate on in the middle of matches, but I guarantee I could go to anyone and just say, hey, I noticed this. Would you want to talk about that sometime? I had a guy, he literally texted me, he was asking me, he asked me that exact thing. Hey, I noticed this on your Facebook. I'd like to sit down and have coffee and talk about your viewpoints on that. Of course. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be happy to share whatever you want to share. So that's it, guys. You don't have to play. You don't have to necessarily practice jiu-jitsu to show mutual respect, to become emotionally strong, and to desire to learn. But that entire environment is conducive to it, and it's a fun environment, and you have people keeping you accountable. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the next president should really be a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and everybody, it should make it like a law that everyone gets their blue belt. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. You guys have a great day. Oh, our grand opening is this weekend. We had a soft opening in December. Our grand opening big event. We got free protein ice cream. We got Professor Danny Alvarez and his daughter, Professor Alvarez, coming down on set tomorrow. What's today's Friday? Tomorrow for a seminar. So check that out. And I believe word on the street, can't confirm this, is they're giving out pop sockets. So you want a free Metro pop socket? It's on the back of my phone. Otherwise, I'd show you a picture. Come check that out, guys. And there's a really big event. There's carnival rides, which, you know, may or may, the nuts and bolts may or may not come off as you're riding them. So, guys, I don't trust carnival rides. In case you couldn't tell from my last video either. But I'll see you guys on the mats. Enjoy the weather.